Hi, my name is Bruce Roth, and today as my guest I have Dave Horvath-Waddell, and Dave is the founder of Torchlight Tax Services and an enrolled agent. Dave, there's a lot of different kinds of tax professionals out there. You've talked about some of them in a previous video. How would I go about choosing one over the other, whether I really need someone with a higher skill level who may also charge more, or whether someone with a lower educational and skill level might be adequate for me?
Well, the first thing that you have to have when you do taxes is you have to have a person that you trust. You have to feel like this guy has your best interest in heart and he knows what he's doing. Now, beyond that...
I know that's true in my business too. I'm a real estate broker, and you have to have someone you know that you can trust, because just because they know what they're doing doesn't mean they're going to serve you.
Right. And you also have an additional factor that your tax preparer is going to be given your social security number, your address, he's going to know how much money you make. You know, it has to be someone that that's actually a reliable person, and that is the first and most important criteria. So if you have somebody that you know is reliable and you know he's knowledgeable, then that's the best way to go. Now, there isn't really, you know, if a person's making a very low wage, you know, well then they pretty much can use whatever tax professional they have. But I would tend, if you're making good income and you have like, you're paying thousands of dollars in taxes, the difference in cost between an enrolled agent and a licensed tax preparer, you know, the top and the bottom, is minor. It's very minor. It's like maybe it's $100.
Especially by comparison to what's at stake.
Right. And it's routine for me when I look at a tax return, it's very often to discover, you know, $5,000, $10,000 that you can save the client because you know what you're doing. So, and then once you do that, you know, the client trusts you, they like you. And so I would put that as much more priority than saving money on filing the return, because that's nothing. A misdone return can cost you a fortune.
Not only cost you a fortune, but put you in a bad light with the IRS or your state tax collection agency for many years.
Yeah, or there are even people who wind up in jail in extreme circumstances.
That's usually because they didn't, when the IRS came to them, they didn't jump on it and fix it.
Yeah, and they were I'm sure they were doing something. It wasn't like they were unintentional about it. They did something bad.
Right.
But nevertheless, you're dealing with a big area.
You could pay a fine or a penalty.
Yeah, and also if you have, you know, just the fact that the guy is knowledgeable, he may look at your tax return and discover that he can save you $5,000 because a less trained person didn't realize that you were eligible for the blah. I spend a lot of time when I'm with my clients, after I've done their return, I usually ask a lot of questions just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And very often you will find there was something the client was totally unaware of that gave them a big tax break.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And thank you for watching.